debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
The #1 cheap rocket Jersey firm.
Lonely Hearts Cafe.
Spicy conversations.
It's Vince Wright, the sports governor from Minnesota.
Man, Belly on.
Microwave.
Reggie Long, a.k.a. Dollars and Cents.
Kicking it with Keith.
Let's go, give it to you. Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. Halloween. Really be careful in them streets, man. Today is Halloween. Crazy people out there, man. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Quickly, before I jump into more of this sports, man, this past weekend, and I think this is the first time. Yeah, it was the first time. I've been in Atlanta for 21 years. This is the first time. No, I think I went one other time before, but I think I went to the game. I didn't really kick it hard. But this is the first time, man, I went to Spell House. Is it Morehouse? Is it More Spell? No, it's Spell House. That's what they call it. The homecoming ceremonies or the homecoming celebration for Morehouse and Spellman, man. It was phenomenal. I got to give it to them. I gotta give it to him. And people have been telling me now the reason I've never been, and I've been here for 20 plus years, because every year, I talked about this last week, my daughter's been cheering for like 16 years. If you go back to my middle daughter, Kayla, when she started cheering when she was like 6, 7 years old. So if you go back, man, I haven't had Saturdays open. And usually they're traveling, or maybe our homecoming would fall on the same weekend or whatever, or I had something to do. You know, we were very busy with the Stews for many, many years. So, yeah, it's the first time I actually got to go out there and kick it hard for Spell House. That's what they call it. It's Spellman's homecoming and homecoming as well for Morehouse. You know, one's a all-male school and one's a all-female school, or it's supposed to be at least. That's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. So they combine their homecomings, which is a smart idea, and they're right next to each other, whatever, man. And they got they confine everything to like this one little street behind the stadium, man. Man, it was off the chain. I mean, damn, I just did a video a couple of weeks ago about how South Carolina State has the #1 homecoming, which is verified through Southern Black Southern Belle magazine. I mean, it's verified. But they got a live homecoming. Now listen, there's probably a small variance between one HBCU homecoming and the next, okay? And I keep telling people mad at me, man, y'all homecoming ain't the livest or whatever, but you got to factor in several things, okay? I'm pretty sure Morehouse's football team ain't winning a lot of football games, you know? when most of your players got a 3.9 GPA, they can't be that good in football. I'm sapsucker smart down there, man. I mean, those are future doctors or whatever. They ain't got no time to study no damn playbook. Okay, so your team is kind of lacking or whatever, and I looked up in the stands for the game, and it was half empty or whatever, but I'm not trying to take that. I'm not trying to bring up that negative stuff for you. What I'm saying is the tailgate area was phenomenal, okay? It was phenomenal. Baller Award to Spell House, Homecoming. Y'all did it real big. I got to give it to you, man. Yeah. Y'all did it real big. Yeah, I mean, there's little small things that separate one HBCU from the next. If your team hadn't won a damn championship in 35 years, that's a nick against you. If your dancing girls look like, not the top quality and they don't do the damn thing, they don't break it down like others, then that's a nick against you as well. If your band don't play neck like the marching 101 at South Carolina State University, that's a nick against you as well. That's very minor. Very minor. T, the playmaker, Doug. Doug, we know ATT is GHOE. Save the rhetoric, sir. I don't know anything about no GHOE. What does that stand for? Hey, the Carolina Panthers snap a 4-game losing streak as they top the Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals 30-20. Jonathan Stewart back from injury, which is huge, I think. This is really one of the reasons of why they looked so good yesterday. Jonathan Stewart ran for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. Thomas Davis returned to fumble, 46 yards for a score. And the Panthers snap, once again, a 4-game losing streak with a 30-20 victory over the Arizona Cardinals. Couple of things from this game. What's the dude name? Got a real funny name. I don't have it in front of me right now. But the defensive tackle for the Arizona Cardinals came crashing down on Cam Newton's the back of his leg. Like really, really could have ended this season. He doesn't get a flag. Yeah, a quarterback in the pocket. Like they always argue about Cam and the hard shots that he takes and the fact that, most of the time he's outside of the pocket or it's questionable whether he's in the pocket or not. So that's why it's okay for these linebackers to just hit him in the mouth. Yesterday was no excuse. The defensive tackle came crashing down on the back of his leg, on his knee, folded Cam up like a cheap chair. And luckily he got up and he was fine. So after the game, Cam Newton goes after the officials and goes after the league about protecting him. And this is all I was saying a couple of weeks ago, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. This is all I was saying a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. You remember after that Denver game, and they beat the hell out of Cam Newton, and they hit him in his face mask, and they gave him helmet-to-helmet shots like all throughout the game, probably like 3 or 4 helmet-to-helmet shots. And after the game, he wanted to play this politically correct game or whatever and try to be the bigger man or whatever. And I came in and I absolutely ripped him. And this is why. This is why. You have to, as a player, especially a quarterback, when they made rules specifically to protect you, like that whole thing yesterday where his knees got clamped down on, that whole rule came from Tom Brady when Brady's season was ended a couple of years ago when he tore his ACL. When his season was ended, they came back with this Brady rule that you can't hit a quarterback below the knees no matter what, okay? And it happened yesterday. They didn't call it, and finally now Cam Newton wants to tip tables over. And this is all I was saying. You got to defend yourself, especially as a quarterback. You have to defend yourself. You have to put it in the referees' minds, and you also need to say it to put it in the minds of defensive players that I am going to bring attention to the fact that you are hitting me low, or you're hitting me illegally, or you're giving me a helmet-to-helmet, hit or whatever. I'm going to make it known so that the referees can pay attention to it. So, ultimately, this is going to lead to a penalty flag. It's going to help us win the game. It's going to probably get you suspended or get you fined. You have to be that person. You have to be aware of the fact that this quarterback, if we hit him low or we hit him high or we hit him wrong, period, that there's a good chance a flag's going to come out. The way it is right now, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, these defensive players subconsciously don't care about hitting Cam because they've shown in the past, the league has shown, and the referees have shown that you can hit him dirty. You can give him a legal hit, and we're not going to call it. That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying. You can forget all of that politically correct stuff or whatever, man. Save that for when you're trying to run for office or whatever, if you're Cam Newton. No, you have to make it or make the officials aware of these hits. And he did it yesterday. We'll see if it changes. And it's really sad that he doesn't even have to do this. And Tony Dungy last night talked about it, how he wished that Cam wouldn't be the one to come out and say those types of things, because now the sentiment is kind of like, oh, these hits are affecting him, and so players are going to try to get under his skin even more with that type of thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is this is they've been killing this man all year long, and he had to say something yesterday. And then the other thing about this game yesterday was Cam Newton's outfit. Really, bruh? Really? The man had on pink and green. I'm sure you've seen online a lot of references to being a big-ass pledge, a.k.a. And what's up with these hats, man? What's up with these hats? Like, this man had on a sombrero-type hat. Maybe sombrero's a little bit far, but he had on a big-ass Dick Tracy hat with not one, not two. I think he had 3 feathers in his hat. Like, where they do that at? You know what it seems like to me, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show? It seems like that when you get so much money, a lot of times when these cats get so much money and they want to be unique, they want to be different, that they try a little bit too hard. And like Cam has so much money now that he doesn't know what to do with it. But this also speaks to the fact that Cam's people really don't love him. Because if he had a friend would tell him, bruh, you can't wear spring pastel colors in November. You can't wear spring pastel colors in November, bruh. Real bad look for that young man. If you follow me on Twitter, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, if you follow me on Twitter, man, for the last couple of Mondays, I've given shots out to Randy Moss on TV for that countdown show pre-Monday Night Football. Like, Randy Moss really deserves a lot of kudos. Like, you know, we think of Randy Moss, and we think of old school Randy Moss with the braids and, you know, probably some Timberlands or whatever. He never dressed up after the games or whatever. But Randy Moss's mama, you know, Randy Moss from the real country. He's from the hills of West Virginia. Randy Moss's mama or somebody told us, man, look, you going to be on TV. This is what our mother used to tell me and Ryan too. You going to be on national TV. I need you to look good as hell. You can't be half-stepping on national TV. You can't be half-stepping on national TV. And so Randy Moss, man, every Monday he looking custom-made from head to toe. You can tell his tailor deserves a raise. He's doing the damn thing on Monday. Charles Woodson, on the other hand, thinking that he's going to somebody's fall wedding, and this ascot is also wrong. He wrong too. Ball award to Randy Moss's tailor, Buster award to Charles Woodson and Cam Newton's tailor. Kill your tailor, bruh. All right, when we get back from the break, man, I tell you what I do when we get back. We'll just read some chat. That's all we'll do is read some of your chat messages. Yeah. We'll see what y'all saying in the chat room on Spreaker.com. We also got to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, man. Dak Prescott does it again. Are you freaking kidding me? Yes, we'll talk about the Cowboys. And I mean, these Cowboy fans are insufferable, man. I mean, damn. Y'all start to